Okay, good morning. It's March something, 2024, and I realize I haven't really given you all a formal intro to this Montana job that I'm doing. So we're gonna do it real quick while I get ready for work. I'm in my really cute Airbnb. I don't know if you can see the view back there, but it's stunning. So what is this job? This job is a freestanding inpatient rehab facility that needed vacation coverage for their medical director while she was out on vacation. So I started talking with them, it was probably like 6 or 7 months ago. That's the interesting thing about these locum positions, at least for me in rehab. Sometimes they can be months planned ahead. And then like my Ohio job, that one I got credentialed in like a week. So some can take a really long time. That was too much foundation. Some can take a really long time to get set up, because they plan ahead, which is fine. And then some are like, oh, we're in crisis mode, or we need someone now, or whatever the situation may be. This is too much foundation. My back has been sore from driving and traveling a lot. Not that I'm complaining, but I got an ice pack from work yesterday. We're just wiping off some of the excess on there. And I only mentioned that because I've been working back to back days at different facilities the last month or so. I don't usually do that, but I planned this Montana gig months ago and gave them dates when obviously my spring was wide open and I didn't have anything. And then of course since then there's been a million other positions that have come up, and I've picked up things here and there and agreed to things, and those dates just happen to overlap really closely. So I'm working more than I would like, because I know myself at this point. I've been doing it for several years, and I know when I get burnt out after 2 or 3 weeks of working nonstop. So I know that I'm going to need a break after this 2-week stint, and that's why I'm taking April off, which is the luxury of working locum, is you can choose your schedule and decide when you want to work and not work. And then I can study for my oral boards and take that in May and not be stressed about it. So anyway, that's just a little backstory. Last time I came out here, obviously I road tripped with my mom, which was amazing. But that was a 25-hour drive one way alone, and then 25 hours back. So I flew this time. And let's see. So when I first started talking this is a direct contract, I should say that. Direct contract, it is a W-2. I usually like to do 1099s, so I can have some business write-offs, but it doesn't always work out like that. But that's why you have to have a good tax accountant that is ready to do W-2s, 1099s in all states, and your business taxes, your personal taxes. Yeah, you learn a lot about taxes doing this. And I just read a really good book that I will let you guys know about, that I think is really helpful for someone starting out in any kind of medical practice. Really, he just happens to be a physiatrist as well, that wrote a really good book about kind of doing your own thing and being an LLC and 1099s and stuff like that. So I'll put the link somewhere. Anyway, so when they first posted the job, I messaged them. I said, this is what I do, locum work, blah, blah, blah. And I wanted to direct contract. And they started off offering me a pretty low rate for rehab, probably maybe the lowest I've ever seen. And to no fault of their own, some hospitals who've never had a locum position before, they don't know exactly how the process works, or what's the competitive rate and things like that. So I don't take it personally. I just see it as an opportunity to educate the facility or the hospital system or whoever on how locum tenens work, what we bring to the table, and what our value is as clinicians. So luckily at that point in my career, which, you know, you have to get to, because in the beginning I took really low rates, I know my worth at this point. So when they offered me $12.50 for an 8-hour day, I countered with $1,800. And I did that because I'm working so many other jobs right now that are paying me $1,800 for an 8-hour day that it honestly isn't worth my time necessarily to move from another job where I'm making that much in whatever location to come here. Not that it's all about money. Obviously, I want to see the country and be in Montana. I've always wanted to explore here, but I have to be smart about the moves I'm making financially and from a business standpoint. You know, I got student loans to pay off, you know what I mean? Like $300,000 in student loans. So anyway, so I didn't think that they were going to accept my counter, because obviously that's a pretty high jump to go from a $12.50 offer to $1,800. And, you know, I understand hospitals have their budgets and whatever, but they talked to their CEO and she approved it. So that was great, and we signed up to work together, and it's actually been really seamless. It's a great unit, runs really well on its own. They have an on-call person that's in-house, a nurse practitioner, so I really like that. Internal medicine is the consult. I'm the primary service as PM&R, and the internal medicine position is fantastic. So it's really nice to have that help and expertise. So it's not just me doing all the things. So I like that aspect a lot. And yeah, the unit's really great. I'm in a beautiful location. I mean, it's just stunning out here in Montana. And I just come on when the medical director wants to take vacation, and it's an easy transition. I think it's they could probably fit up to 20 people in this unit, maybe more. Obviously, nurse staffing is usually the rate limiting factor in most facilities, so that's the case here. But yeah, I love it. It's beautiful, and everyone's wonderful here, and I'm enjoying the exploration. This Airbnb has a book about the journals of Lewis and Clark, so I'm reading their adventure travels, and they come through Great Falls like during their exploration, so it's cool. I give it a thumbs up.